Am I frozen? I hate it when I'm frozen. Why is it doing that? You know what, you guys, now while I'm frozen, waiting for me to unfreeze, is a really good time to hit that like button. We made it. We're alive. We're going to live. Hey, you guys. So, man, the tea, it's piping hot. There are billionaires doing cat fights with each other online. And Elon just dropped a really big bomb on Trump. So, you guys, welcome. I'm glad that you're with us today. I had to jump on and we had to talk about this because there is a whole lot cracking. There's a whole lot happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to let you guys know right now, like, there are people who are going to probably not like everything that is said today. And that's okay. I personally have no political affiliations. I don't attach myself to political parties. I don't join cults. I don't join churches, and I don't join political parties. I do my thing, and I align myself with individuals that I think are solid and righteous individuals. And when it comes to politics, I align myself with policies that I think are actual solid policies for the American people. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am an American citizen. I have friends and family and people that I love on both sides. So there's going to be people talking politically in the chat. I want all of our beautiful, amazing, way too attractive for this planet, hardworking mods to know there's going to be people that are going to be saying things that are political in the chat. I'm opening that door because I'm talking about political stuff. So I don't want anybody to be censored if they're talking respectfully politically. I'm asking you guys to be respectful because we are all people here. Some of us are American citizens. I see my analytics. I know the majority of us are from here in the USA. So I want people to be able to come here and say what they need to say if they're saying it respectfully. I see a lot of people in the chat are talking about my most recent video from yesterday. I've got another one on that I uploaded today explaining the situation. Yes, I almost went to jail. It was for a DUI from 2013 that I never finished the probation for. Now, I was irresponsible. I never should have been driving impaired. That was my bad. I didn't finish the probation that I was given by the courts. I am an adult. I should have done better. So as soon as I got off probation here, I had to go handle that because I was on an interstate compact from Florida to Oregon, where I live now for the time being. And I had to wait till I finished probation in Florida to go and handle this. And I'm a man of my word. If there's some shit that I have to do, an obligation or a debt, I'm going to make sure that I handle that like a man. So the prosecutor wanted anywhere from 30 days to a year in jail. And I firmly believe my attorney told me, get ready to do some jail time. Come ready to go into custody today. So I had been preparing for like 2 months to do this. The reason that I didn't talk about, I talked about this whole situation online. The reason I didn't give a date and time or any explicit details is because there's a lot of hater ass bitches on the internet that would have loved to have sent some like clips of me talking about murking pedophiles to the judge and saying that I'm a menace. I know that some dumbass bitch would have done that. And so I had to move like lasagna, bro. Silent with the G on it, bro. Had to do it. So that's what I decided that I was going to do to sort of protect myself until I made a vlog for my like last 24 hours on the streets, assuming I was going to go in because that's what my attorney told me. That's what the prosecutor was asking for. The morning I had to go into court, my prosecutor did not show up. She did not feel well. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're rested. I hope everything is well. To that prosecutor, she was not out of pocket for wanting incarceration. What I did deserved incarceration. But because she wasn't there, I got the drug court prosecutor as a substitute. And he knew about this channel. He knew about our community. He knows what I talk about online. And he decided it would be better not to put somebody who's changed and transformed his entire life and helps people at every opportunity that he can get back into prison or jail, he decided it would be better to give me community service so that I could help restore some of the damage that I had done to the community. And so I was given that. I was given 80 hours. I have already gone in and signed up. I already have the organization that I'm going to be doing my community service through, the nonprofit, and I'm taking it very seriously. It was only because I've taken accountability for my actions, though, that I got any of that. So we got that out of the way. Now we can talk about what we're going to talk about today. The Texas Trash Panda, I'm extremely happy to hear about your court verdict. You're a righteous dude, and keep it up, bro. I love you, family, and I appreciate you so much. It was by the grace of God, bro, because if that lady hadn't gotten sick, and I don't wish sickness on that woman, she was in the right. But if she hadn't gotten sick, I would be sitting in jail for an indeterminate amount of time. And if a judge gives me 6 months or over in county, I immediately ask for prison because I don't want to sit in county. I would much rather be in prison, even if it meant doing double the time. Corey Graff, yo, JD, I need to send you something about a pedo that was caught in my home area of Southern Illinois. It will absolutely make you say, wood chipper. Corey, hit me up on IG, brother. I appreciate you. Ginger Paranormal, so happy to see you today. I was so sad yesterday. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, family. I literally had that video. In the courthouse, set that video on a timer to release, thinking it would release while I was in jail. And then I didn't go to jail, and I spent the rest of the day with my family because I expected to be in jail. I just hung out with family. I took everybody out to a big lunch because we were the next county over. My whole family showed out in the courtroom, sitting behind me to support me. And then the rest of the day I spent with Jax because she was so stressed about all of this. She was way more stressed about this than I was. I've spent the last 2 months banking tons of content that now I don't even know if I should release or not because I didn't go to jail. And I open up my videos. If you're seeing this right now, I'm in jail. So I don't know if I should even release these hours and hours of content that I've made or not. We'll figure it out. Walker Mac Fitness. Hey, brother, glad to see you doing well. Much love. If old Donnie is really a diddler, he should be treated like the rest. But I have my doubts. I'm becoming a decent barber, and I'm looking forward to hooking you up, bro. I would love to get my hair cut by you. I want to make this really clear. I do not care who it is. If somebody is a fucking pedophile, they are not human. Pedos are not people. I hold no affiliation to anyone or loyalty to anyone. Once they cross the line of hurting a child, they are fucking scorched earth for me forever. I need to see some proof. We need more than just people saying it. Rumors and accusations are not enough. But as soon as I see that, that person is fucking dead to me, homie. Period. So I'm right there with you. And let me know when you want to do that haircut, because I like haircuts, my G. Jason, thank you so much, bro. Dungeonless DM. Bro, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for everything you do from the bottom of our hearts. You're the best. Much love from Portland. Yo, my brother up in the north. What's up, man? Thank you so much. Ben Brooks, big love and respect to you. So I'm going to put the headphones on, and we're going to actually get into this because what Musk said about Trump is pretty fucking wild, but you'll notice it's something that people have been saying for a very long time. A very long time, people have been saying this, and people genuinely believe this. So let's see exactly what's going on with this, man. We are going to go ahead and jump into this video right now.
Elon Musk is continuing his attacks on President Trump, now claiming Trump is included in the infamous Epstein files, and that is the real reason they have not been released. It's a reference to the investigation into disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, whose death in jail in 2019 and ties to top figures in politics have been the subject of many conspiracies. Musk also said without him, Trump would have lost the 2024 presidential election. Such ingratitude. That was Musk's response to a video of Trump claiming he didn't need Musk to win the key state of Pennsylvania, and that Musk is upset he's no longer in the White House inner circle.
So look, I think there's some truth to that. I don't know if Trump would have won the way that he won without Elon interjecting everything that he did. Like, Elon went hard for Trump. Elon injected a lot of money into that campaign. I would like to know what you guys think, though. Do you guys think that Trump still would have won without Elon's help? This is a very catty thing, this back and forth between them. It's like, I did this for you. Well, I did this for you type of thing. It reminds me of little girls, bro. It reminds me of little catty, childish girls. Patrick said, bro, jail is beneath you now with what you have done. Nothing is beneath me, homie. The consequences of my actions are never beneath me. If I do something that is a crime, I need to do that time, bro. And I firmly believe that. That's why I don't do crimes today, because I'm tired of doing time and I'm tired of hurting people. John Thompson said, JD for president of the world. Wood chipper, love you, brother. I appreciate you. CSI Canton said, have you ever heard of the author Andrew Vox? You speak his language. I have not, but I would love to check him out, man. Trev said, you had us worried. Check your text from me. I tried to make you smile when you got out. Cass hit up Jax too, worried about her. Thank God you're free, my friend. Honestly, bro, it has been such a stress ride. We just shut everything down and hung out with each other. And my wife deserved that, because she never just gets my unadulterated present time, because I work so much, dog. But we love you guys. Freak Mac, Big T in the files, but not implicated. 4D chess. This is so... What you just said, Freak Mac, is something that I'm absolutely going to be getting into, because there is a lot behind that, man, for sure. We're jumping the gun a little bit on that, but it's something that Elon can say, and he can never be sued for it because he didn't get into specifics. And Trump has been insinuated, as we all know, he rode on Epstein Air 7 times. So that could, all Elon has to do if Trump tries to sue him for defamation is be like, I was talking about the Epstein Air shit, homie. What do you mean? You are in there. You know what I'm saying? But he implicated he's talking about something deeper. It's that sketchy gray zone where there's plausible deniability legally. Unrested Tank. I personally think all the elites are on that list. I mean, anyone who was prominent back at that time is definitely suspect. Remember, this was quite a while back, and there's been a lot of people have been like, yo, I think it's this person and this person. It's like, bro, those people were literally still in high school back then. So, but people who were prominent back then, yeah. Oh, somebody just brought up Bohemian Grove. I can't even go there, bro. I'm gonna try to go there. I'm gonna try to break in there and see if they clone me or melt my mind and make me like Kanye West, and I just start mumbling dumb shit all the time.
In short, arguably the most important political alliance of the last election is breaking apart in full public view. Joining us to discuss, Brett Samuels, White House reporter here at The Hill. So, Brett, Musk gave over $250 million to President Trump and Republican candidates in the 2024 election cycle. The breakup of this political marriage, what do you see as the
over $250 million? Just let that sink in. And that's really not shit for Musk. He's the world's richest man, but that's real life money, dog. 250 mil. Holy shit. I could live like 10 lifetimes and not spend that.
The significance.
Yeah, certainly it could be very significant both in the short term and the long term. Obviously, Elon Musk is somebody who has a big megaphone, obviously, millions of followers on X. He is somebody who posts a lot, who has a lot of folks who admire him for his business acumen and sort of his unorthodox personality. So certainly there's that short-term potential impact that, without Musk's support, you have a very sort of vocal and powerful enemy opposing your agenda. And then long-term, you mentioned, Drew, obviously the millions of dollars that Musk spent to help get Trump elected. If Musk is withholding that money from Republicans and Trump moving forward, or if he's using it to oppose Republican candidates potentially, that's potentially very significant as we look ahead to the midterms when Republicans are most likely, based on historical trends, going to be playing defense.
What do you make of this claim by Musk that Trump wouldn't have won without him? Surely he spent a lot of money. He was crucial to helping Trump's campaign in Pennsylvania, but I mean, it's kind of immeasurable to know exactly what the full impact was.
Yeah, I definitely think that's definitely a fair.
He definitely helped him in Pennsylvania, dog. The Democrats didn't do themselves any favors in Pennsylvania, but Musk definitely helped him out in Pennsylvania, and he spent a lot of money to do it. 100%. Mob Stopper, anything that happens in the government is planned that way. Glad to see you out and standing on business. Love you, homie. That's a day one right there. Big love to you, dog. Backwoods Templar, I'm glad to see you free, JD. Best news I've heard today, and I feel if Trump was a client of Epstein, we'd already know. You know, I think they threw literally everything that they could throw at him. 100%. I feel like they threw everything they possibly could at him. They threw shit that I don't even think was legitimate crimes at him, trying to shut his ass down. So I do find it unrealistic that they wouldn't expose him for something that would have been such a game changer if they had that information this whole time. Dakota Reed, hey, JD, I'm still struggling with alcoholism, but I wanted to thank you for all that you do and the awareness that you bring to those of us who have demons that we fight daily. Much love, brother. Hey, check it out. I battled my shit for decades before I was able to win. I just want you to know I tried over and over again before I succeeded. Every time that I failed showed me a path that wasn't the right path. So keep it up. I love you. You're in this with all of us. We are all in this together. Jared Zombie said, JD, I learned that one of my coworkers used to be a meth addict and he was a firefighter. He has PTSD, but it's undiagnosed. He's 6 months clean. Well, that sounds like a hero to me, man. I'll tell you what, people who have those types of jobs, first responders, it's real easy for them to fall into substance use because they have to see horrific shit every day. Imagine going into a building and trying to save a kid and you scoop them up thinking they're alive and they're burnt to a fucking crisp and you're holding a dead child in your fucking arms, man. The pull to want to numb out from that type of a situation has gravity to it, homie. Jonathan Polo, yo, JD, just drove by the car bomb threat in Northdale, Mayberry. Watch out if it gets posted on the news. I will be looking into that, man. That's crazy. It's crazy to me the shit that should be newsworthy that ends up not getting in the news too. A lot of that lately. Mike Linus, my June 10th, first birthday in 20 years without the love of my life who passed on Easter Sunday. Been a dark way, not self-delete dark, but heartbroken as fuck. Yo, I love you, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that. You are not alone, homie. Like, that type of a loss, I understand. And whatever time you're healing in, you're okay. It's normal, and you're doing the right thing. We love you, homie. Desert Rose, love you, sis. JD, I wanted to share that May 7th, my daughter's pedo went to jail. Yes! His trophy pics didn't lie. Fucking trophy pics. He was taking trophy pics. It's so disgusting that I'm like, I'm glad he took those pics if there were the nail in his fuck-ass coffin. Justice. Packed court went silent when my daughter read her victim impact statement. Judge showed no mercy. Thank God for that judge, and thank God for your daughter being such a hero, because you know he would have kept going. You know that he would have kept going. Thank you for what you two did. I love you guys so much. Alex, I've been working on a ballot initiative in Illinois to give repeat chos a mandatory life sentence. I have political contacts, so people will listen to me. Fucking wood chipper, Alex. Hell yeah. Dominar said, Dakota Reed, he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius. Fucking Dominar always bringing the best fire quotes.
A fair read on that post that we saw from Elon Musk. You know, certainly Democrats had a bevy of problems of their own during the last election, obviously swapping out candidates with just a few months before Election Day. We saw, obviously, President.
So do you guys think that Trump would have won without Elon? I think he would have won, but I think it would have been very close. I think it would have been a lot closer. But I think that, like, just because Democrats have slacked on huge demographics by demonizing them, I think that he still would have won, but I think it would have been a much more narrow margin for sure. I think that Elon did help. But what do you guys think about that? John Hargis Jr., God bless America. Amen and hallelujah, brother. Always. Shell Angel. I lost my friend that I graduated with. He was a veteran, also had PTSD. He's now one of the 26 a day. Rest in peace, Sergeant Jesse. I love you. Moment of silence. I'm sorry that you lost him. I'm sorry that the world lost him. I'm sorry that he lost that struggle. Sending out huge love and respect and prayers for everyone involved.
President Trump swept those battleground states, not just Pennsylvania, where Elon Musk did spend a lot of his time and his resources. But, I think it is certainly Elon Musk maybe taking a bit of extra credit for himself to suggest that he was the one who put Trump over the top.
Trying to understand what exactly is behind all this. Musk says it's all about the big, beautiful bill and the level of deficit spending and its impact on the national debt that it has. But a lot of people are looking to other aspects of this bill, including what it does with renewable energy credits, especially tax credits that go to electric vehicles. What do you make of that aspect of it?
Yeah, that has been sort of, I think, the easiest explanation for folks who are trying to brush aside Elon Musk's criticism.
So I want to just say that I keep seeing a lot of like breakup references with this. And I 100% agree. This seems like a teenage breakup to me. They're like, no, you did it. You're toxic. No, you're a narcissist. You're gaslighting me type of shit. Like a Gen Z teenage breakup, dog. Like is the vibe that I'm picking up off of this. And I know there's a lot of people who think that Elon, like Trump is saying his defense in this is saying that Elon was pissed off about the EV tax credit. That's an electronic vehicle tax credit. So people were getting tax credits for buying electronic vehicles. This was something that was set up and it definitely benefited Tesla greatly. But Elon has been denouncing those tax credits and in fact said that he doesn't think we should have any tax credits because they hurt the country. He's been denouncing those for like over a year now. So that doesn't add up to me. And I'm going to get into what I think is really behind this, why I think Elon is really mad. And I don't think it has to do with the EV credits because there's a long documented history of Elon Musk saying that he doesn't think we should be doing that anyway. Patrick said, I respect you for saying that you were ready to serve your time and maybe post those vids to a member page that know your background. They need to make up. Yo, homie, that's a great idea. And I appreciate you. Huge respect, Patrick. Austin Strode said, hey man, saw your video from earlier today. Happy for you. You have been a huge inspiration. Much love. Austin, I am so graced, bro. And it seems like every single time that there is something that looks like it's going to be a huge obstruction in my life, if I just put one foot in front of the other and do the next right thing, take accountability and move the way that I know that I'm supposed to, it ends up working out for the best, man. That's what it is for me.
Point to those electric vehicle credits that are being phased out. Obviously, those are beneficial to Tesla, an electric vehicle company that Elon Musk runs. Certainly, Tesla could take a hit financially if this bill goes through in its current form. So certainly, I think as President Trump and as Republicans try to sort of explain away why Elon Musk is up in arms about this bill, that's sort of the most logical conclusion is that he's concerned about his own sort of bottom line, his own business interests. So, I think there may be some validity to that. But, as far as Elon Musk is concerned, he has been very adamant that this is about the fact that it adds to the national deficit, that it sort of undercuts the work that he was doing with Doge for the last 4 months, trying to pare back government spending.
Now, Elon literally put all of his businesses to the side to work with Doge for free to cut spending. Now, this seems like a very altruistic thing, right? Like altruistic is where you're doing something out of the goodness of your own heart to benefit the betterment of your community. I don't know that Elon's really that dude. I don't really believe that about Elon. That's a very cute thing to say, but I'm not sure that I fall for that fully. Dante West has a really good point. Plus, he's allowing an AI company to spy on civilians. So we're going to be getting into the Palantir connection, which is in my opinion, what's going on with Palantir, I think, is really at the root of this. Surfboard said, hey, JD from Cocoa Beach, did you see the story that this sheriff of Osceola County, Florida, was arrested on racketeering and money laundering charges? I absolutely did, bro. And I was going to cover that soon. He was actually running all the bookies like an old school mobster out there, which is crazy. Big love to you, Surfboard. Hey, Warren Johnson. Hey, JD, I need some good news today. Needed some good news today. And I was glad to see you didn't have to go back. Thank you so much, homie. I'm so glad not to have to go back as well. I'm glad that something good that happened to me made something happy for somebody else as well. Anthony Cavazos. Hey, JD, how are you? Sorry I haven't been in the live streams lately. I've had a busy couple of days. I just did a volunteer event yesterday where I had to do art projects with the local kids at the park, and I've been busy. Man, don't ever apologize to me for being a good community leader and a good person in your life, bro. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. Tim Doe, I hope Trump and Elon are in cahoots, bringing the pressure to force into the sunshine. Truth stands for itself. Let's see the receipts. So that's another running theory that people are kicking right now, is that Elon and Trump are using this to pressure them to release the Epstein files. But the people that are in charge of releasing the Epstein files are all Trump's people. So it doesn't make sense to me, but that is a running theory. Turd Ferguson said, glad to see you're still here. Love you, Turd. I'm guessing your potential jail time was what was weighing on your mind for the past few weeks. Past couple months, brother, to be perfectly honest with you. It's something that I've known that I needed to do for a long time. And I told you guys for the last year and a half, 2 years, that when I got off probation, I was going to go take care of this last warrant that I had. And that's what it was, man. It was a DUI from 2013. And it was actually not just for the DUI, it was for the revoke of probation. So what happens is when they give you probation, they'll give you a sentence like jail sometimes, where like I did 2 days on the DUI in jail. And then they gave me a year of probation. So probation is what they would give you in jail, but instead they're allowing you to serve that time under supervision. And if you get it revoked, that generally means that you have to serve that amount of time in jail. Now, instead of doing, that time in jail, because I got a good prosecutor who believes in what I'm doing, he allowed me to be able to do that actually in community service instead. So I'm really stoked. Joe Saunders, call me crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Elon don't benefit from the rare earth mineral deal with Ukraine. You need that for EVs, just saying. And that is a sterling point, my friend. That is a sterling fucking point, because the stuff that we're getting from Ukraine 100% does go into the batteries that they need for Teslas. But Tesla, and we're going to get into this in a little bit here, Tesla is not necessarily a vehicle company. What Tesla does is more, in my opinion, data mining. And that's why I think that this might have something more to do with Palantir than it does with the EV tax rebates that they're giving people. I think it has more to do with data mining, in my opinion. Ernest, huge love and respect to you, my brother. Jordan, what's up, my man? How you doing? Big love to you, G. Appreciate you being here with us. Backwoods Templar said, raise hell and praise Dale. My man's free. You already know, bro. Nickinator said, can I get a shout out for my sister Melissa? Today is her birthday and she's expecting with my nephew. Next month is going to be my first time uncle. Yo, Melissa, congratulations. We're so happy for you. We're rooting for you. It's going to be an easy delivery and Nick is going to be a great uncle. Big love.
Musk even posted on Twitter, okay, do away with the EV credits. I still don't like the bill. But I also want to ask about the NASA administrator, Jared Isaacman. He was a close ally of Musk.
I'm going to skip this because I don't think that this is hitting on that head. Can we just get to the thing? Of course you're going to do this to me. Fucking lame. Come on, guy.
You know, this, I think this sort of very public implosion is sort of laying bare a lot of tensions that had existed for a while between Elon Musk and maybe not Trump himself, but certainly Trump's advisors. Musk did publicly.
Okay, first off, I love this name, Disciple of the Booty. But this is an incredible point that I thought of immediately too. If Musk has seen the list, why doesn't he say who all is on there? And on top of that, if you're saying that you knew Trump was dirty and that he was on these Epstein files, why are you not calling him out until you're mad at him? You literally are telling everybody by not revealing this until you guys have a breakup that you would cover up for Trump if you knew he was fucking kids, bro. That's the message that you're sending, is that you would cover up for a pedophile if it suited your needs. But as soon as it doesn't suit your needs, then you're going to come out and you're going to fucking talk about it. That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. That shows of your character, my guy. Justin Garcia, what's up, big dog? Hope all is well. I'm so blessed and happy to be here with y'all, man. I couldn't wait to jump on a fucking live with you guys, man. Big love to you. He outed himself. 100%. He outed himself by saying that. Now, I still think that when it comes down to the matter of the fact that there's a huge chance that he's saying stuff that he knows he can create a lot of fucking drama with. But at the end of the day, he can be like, oh, I just meant that he was on those flight logs those 7 times. Now, if you don't know about the flight logs, Trump was on the flight logs 7 times. It was all before Epstein owned the island. And multiple of those times, Trump was on there with one of his wives and her daughter. So I don't really see that being like, I don't think there's a huge potential for that being dirty. But who knows? Who knows what else was going on? Corey Graff, yo, JD, I just sent to your IG, and I'm going to send the link to Predator Poachers as well. Alex Rawson caught this creature. Go, Alex, man. Hell yeah. Investory. Hey, JD, would you shout out my tiny YouTube 2K sub channel? I do stock market technical analysis, and yes, I cover Palantir and Tesla and much more. Yo, Investory is probably going to be able to give you a much more detailed analysis of Tesla and Palantir than I will, because that is right up their alley. So you guys should go check it out if you want to know more. Evan Cleveland, I love JD, and I worry about the harsh sentencing giving more incentive to slave victims as an effort to evade the hard time. I mean, no disrespect. Thoughts? That is something that a lot of people have brought up. And I understand that, things like death penalty for people that hurt kids does sort of incentivize killing the victim so you have less of a chance to get caught. But I don't think we can let that deter us from properly punishing people who victimize children. I just don't think we can, bro. I mean, what's the option? Give them a slap on the wrist? That's what we do here in Oregon, and it doesn't fucking work, my guy. Amanda Covington, big love to you. Appreciate you. So here's the thing. And like, why don't we have the documents yet? Why don't we have the videos yet? Why don't we have any of that shit yet? So I want to bring up something here because I think it's entirely relevant. Why don't we have these documents? What is going on? Why don't we have these videos? We keep getting slow played, it feels like to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of getting slow played on all of this shit. There's no reason that it should be taking this long, in my personal opinion. So why are we still sitting here without the Epstein files that they've been talking about releasing forever? Like, this has been a part of why Trump got actually elected, was that he said, he floated that, he would release this shit, that he would do the right thing. So why haven't you done the right thing here, my guy? Why are your people slow playing us? And I want you to hear Dan Bongino doubling down. This is a dude that I thought might have actually been on some righteous shit. I want to hear him doubling down about Epsteining himself. Joe Saunders said, if Trump is wood chipper worthy, all the photos of Elon having his kids in close proximity is pretty creepy. Just saying, dude. There is absolutely no fucking doubt about that.
Opinions anymore. I work for the taxpayer now. I'm paid on evidence. That's it. The evidence we have in our files clearly indicates that it was, in fact, a suicide. We do have video. It's not the greatest video in the world. I don't want to set expectations on fire. However, the video does show in that specific block that he goes in, made a phone call. You'll see 12 hours of guards going to basically check on him, come back. You'll see no one really comes out in that bay, in that area, than him. There's no one in there. When you combine that with the other evidence where we will be releasing in the coming weeks, we're still finalizing some of the products. I think it's pretty clear.
I don't like that he used the word products. It makes me feel disgusting that he said the word products. And I think it's telling. I think he's telling on himself subliminally by saying products. I think that, so Investory just said, now they have video. Bullshit. Facts, my guy. They've been saying they don't have any video to be able to prove. Like, we've been screaming Epstein didn't kill himself for how long? And all of a sudden now they have video? That smells. Now that we just released VO3 and we can literally, like, in minutes make videos of Bigfoot and Yetis talking and looking real as fuck. All of a sudden they have video. That's crazy. Taylor said, keep up the great work, JD. Love and respect. Thank you so much, Taylor. Huge love and respect to you. Joanne Malott said, my mind is scrambled with all this shit and my heart is heavy. I feel that. I 100% feel that. Don't let it get you down. We have a lot of work that we have to do, but we have to make sure that we're exposing the people that need to be exposed.
Sure. However, as I've clearly indicated in some of my tweets on my official account, listen, investigations, if new information surfaces in the future on any of these cases, we're always open. I'm just telling you, there's nothing there in the file at all that indicates anything other than, in fact, a suicide.
Let me ask you about, and again, a lightning round. Let's go quickly. COVID origin.
Nope, don't care. What I wanted to know about is, and some people are saying he's dead. Who cares? Good point. He is dead. And that is a thing, but it points to our government being corrupt and lying to us to cover their tracks. And that's why I care. So I want to get into a little bit about Trump's partnership with Palantir, because in my opinion, that would be the most obvious, not obvious, but the most relevant reason that Elon would turn on him. Jeffrey said, hey, JD, my 13-year-old daughter has extreme depression and anxiety, so I got her a therapist, and after a month, she thinks she's a boy. Advice, get a new fucking therapist as quickly as possible. I would get her a new therapist as quickly as possible. I wouldn't cut off my child or anything like that or make my child feel ostracized. I wouldn't demean my child for it, but I would try to get that child into a therapist who might be able to foster confidence in oneself as one is, instead of trying to nurture a longing to change themselves. Because I don't feel like that should be something that should be presented to a child at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? I remember being 13. I remember that confusion. You have all of these hormones going through you. You're confused. The world is a crazy place. You need guidance in a way that is not going to try to get you to change yourself on such a fundamental fucking level that it could affect the rest of your entire life. And that's my personal opinion. But never, ever make the child feel ostracized or belittled, because that's important. So let's get into Palantir.
The Trump administration wants your data, but why? The White House is reportedly teaming up with controversial tech powerhouse Palantir, the data analysis and technology firm co-founded by Trump mega donor Peter Thiel. The purpose? To build a federal database tracking millions of Americans. Supporters say it'll stop fraud and boost efficiency. Critics call it a surveillance nightmare. But what's really happening? And why is this new system sparking so much outrage?
Waste, fraud, and abuse.
It's unacceptable to President Trump to allow rampant waste, fraud, and abuse.
Billions and billions and billions of dollars of fraud and waste.
In case you hadn't heard, President Trump is on a quest to quash waste, fraud, and abuse. And his administration expands its footprint across the federal government. All roads run through the tech giant Palantir. A March executive order pushes all federal agencies to share their data, effectively giving Palantir the keys to the kingdom. At least 4 major agencies are already on board: the IRS, Homeland Security, Health and Human Services, and the Social Security Administration, each channeling sensitive data like medical claims, bank accounts, even immigration records into one central database.
On its face, it looks like the government is trying to save money in terms of operations, not doing the same thing over and over again. When you look a little deeper, or perhaps the implications or the risk is putting all the information together at one time going to create a greater risk for the American public.
So I think that it's important to point out what Tesla really is. And to me, Tesla is not a vehicle company. And I think that anyone ostensively looking at it from the outside can see, okay, so Elon Musk is now making robots for in the home. But what are Tesla cars and trucks doing every single place that they go? They are accumulating massive amounts of data from inside the vehicle and outside the vehicle. Whether you are manning the vehicle or not, there's surveillance on those vehicles constantly transmitting back to Tesla. Data is going to be, it's the new gold rush right now, because I think that people have come to the point where they understand that AI is going to be the future, and whatever AI platform is getting the most data. And think about what else Elon Musk owns. Elon Musk bought X, and he's made it a free speech platform. He's taken the reins off that bitch so that people have no real parameters around what they're saying. That means that it's an unlimited source of real raw data. There's not censorship. There's supposed to not be censorship taking away or tainting or contaminating the data that he could be feeding to his AI, because Elon also has Grok, which is his AI. So he's collecting massive amounts of data. Palantir is clearly his competitor. Now, Palantir is terrifying, in my opinion, because Peter Thiel has long been talking about how he wants to do predictive crime, where you can predict that someone is going to commit a crime before they commit that crime, and then you can prosecute them prior, which is terrifying to me. There was a movie, some Tom Cruise movie, about this shit, but this is like a reality that he's been working towards. So I think that, in my opinion, since Elon has 2 major businesses that are just data collecting businesses, and Palantir is also collecting data, imagine going in and working and taking time and away from your businesses to do things with Doge that could be used to collect data, and then the data goes to your competitor. I think that's what he's pissed about. In my opinion, he lost a lot of money. He took a lot of time and effort to do things that allowed him to collect data, and then it was given to his competitor. And I think that's what the beef is. And I don't think they would be transparent about what the beef is. Chris Kane said there's been a recent speculation that the FBI and DHS are finally looking at Bill and Hillary for the 49 deaths connected to them since she ran for Senate. So they can't release the files because they think she had him killed. So that would be the only reasonable excuse that I would accept if that was actually the reason. If it was actually because they don't want to fuck up an investigation into people getting Clintoned, I would accept that. That would be something I would find reasonable. Umber's Fall said, hey, JD, glad you didn't go to jail. Thank you. I've been watching for a while and been inspired to start my trucking company this year. Figured if I fail, it's on me. Brother, I don't think you can fail. I don't think you can fail. The only way to fail is if you give up on your dream. As long as you keep pursuing your dream, you will not fail. And I'm so proud of you. Dominar said, is Big Brother here and watching us at all given times, homie? If you have a phone, you are being monitored and data is being sent somewhere. my iPad, my iPhone, this MacBook, my iPhone over there. They are all giving data. Every app that I've downloaded to my phone is taking data and it's giving it to somebody. Mosh Guy, I'm waiting on the cop versus con hide and seek with unsub. Guys, make it happen. I can't wait. And the reason that I've been putting off the dudes from unsub going back to San Antonio was because I knew that I had this thing coming with court. And I was 100% under the impression that I needed to go sit down in jail for a while. And I didn't know how long that was going to be. I have a Florida trip I need to do. I want to go see the unsub guys. I actually am going to be probably talking to Eli Double Tap this evening about going out and doing his show. So I'm really excited about that. And in fact, I had letters from so many people from across the country, law enforcement, treatment professionals, Chris Hansen, Jelly Roll, Bunny. The one letter that was actually quoted in the courtroom was from Rich. It was from Angry Cops. It was something that he had said about me, which I found to be so beautiful and profound. And so I really appreciated that 100%.
The goal? Catch fraud, spot threats before they escalate, and streamline how government works. The pitch is compelling: fewer wasted tax dollars, faster services, and smarter law enforcement. But Palantir, co-founded by Trump ally Peter Thiel, would have unprecedented access to Americans' personal data.
If you trust Peter Thiel, I question your judgment on a base fucking level. I question the molecular structure of your fucking cranial synapses, dog. This dude, look at this fucking dude. Why does this dude look like he was hatched out of the same fucking lizard egg as Mark Zuckerberg? Look at that dude's eyes, bro. There's nothing in that bitch. There's no soul behind those eyes, bro. Peter Thiel, if you're watching this, we don't trust you, bitch. You should not have all this data. This dude is a scary dude. This dude is one of the scariest dudes out there. And he's about to have a bunch of our fucking data. Tons of it. An insane and disturbing amount of our data. Now, Palantir is also being given some contracts to do the Golden Dome. And I'm an advocate for the Golden Dome. Like I said, I personally support policies. So that way, if I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm not a anyone supporter. I support people that I support policies. So I like the Golden Dome policy. I don't like what he's doing here. And I don't like Peter Thiel being involved. It gives me the heebies and the jeebies. Corey Graff said, was Chitwood one of the ones that backed you? I did not reach Sheriff Chitwood. So Sheriff John Staley out of Arkansas, amazing dude. He wrote a letter for me. I had Mike from Killer Bee Tactical, who was an SVU detective for years. And me and him have worked on exposing pedophiles together. And I had Richard High, Angry Cops, write letters because I just know them on a personal level. So that's who I felt comfortable. I don't want to ask people for help very often. But all three of these dudes offered. I told them about the situation. One, John Staley, because I was supposed to go out to Arkansas and I was supposed to speak at a sheriff's convention. And I had to let him know I didn't know if I'd be able to do that or not because I was facing this. And he was like, let me write you a letter. Angry Cops volunteered. My man Mike asked if he could do anything to help. I don't like to, these were the consequences of my own actions. And I didn't want to go and ask people. I told Bunny what was going on. And she said, me and Jelly are going to write you letters. And they volunteered. But I got myself into this mess and I was willing to go sit down. You know what I'm saying? Madness Mania, becoming a firefighter for fall 2025. Yes! Your channel motivates me to do better. So glad you didn't go to jail, JD. Thanks for being here, man. It keeps me going. I love you, homie. I love you so much. Go get that firefighting. We need you. Firefighters are heroes. Big love.
Some employees walking away. The fears go beyond privacy. Critics say the system could be weaponized, used to go after political opponents or vulnerable communities. And once the data's centralized, it's nearly impossible to undo, and it could make it more difficult to protect.
In this case, now, instead of something being segmented, now potentially an entire mass database of virtually the entire U.S. population could be at risk.
Palantir's contracts are already being renewed into next year, but federal agencies have until September to report their data sharing compliance.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all.
Yeah, I don't know that you're exactly unbiased. I don't think that you can really claim that, homie. But so like anytime that I share anything from the media, I just want you guys to know, I'm not co-signing what they say. I'm watching it. I'm listening. I'm taking it in, and I am analyzing it myself. And I expect that you guys are doing the same, because if we just randomly so reporters used to report the news in an objective fashion, and we don't do that anymore. We don't get that from these people anymore. Now what we get is some sort of an abortion of news where people all have some sort of an agenda that they're pushing. You know what I'm saying? And they don't just present you the information and let you draw your own conclusion. They're opinion pieces. Every media outlet is an opinion piece, and they're swayed to the left, they're swayed to the right. They're all on their own shit, bro. Every single one of them. So when I come out here and I play shit from the news, I want you guys to understand, I don't trust these motherfuckers, but sometimes they do present information, and we can glean what's real from it and what's not by using our own discernment, by using our own logic and common sense, which a lot of these people don't use in their own opinions. So, you know, that's what it is. That's why I use the news sometimes in these things. Corey Graff said the Jelly Roll Post Malone concert in STL was fire, bro. I am so excited because they're coming through Portland. And I am absolutely, if I am in the state, I'm absolutely going to be going to that. And I really can't wait, man. Jelly is a good friend of mine. Cody Ash, Jelly's drummer, is a good friend of mine. Everyone in his band is fucking great people. I've never met Posty, but I know through other people, my friends at the Unsub podcast and Jelly and Bunny, that he's a great dude. So Mobstopper said it gives China and other enemies to hack them. We get the Castle Doctrine back in Oregon. I want Castle Doctrine back in Oregon so bad, bro. I want the right to be able to defend myself in this state. I don't want to be in this state. 1000%, I do not want to be in the state of Oregon, but I have to be in the state of Oregon because my parents are getting on in years. My mom is not doing as well as she used to do. And so my life right now is spending as much time with them as humanly possible as I can. Even though I work constantly and I'm really busy, I work from home and I live next door to my parents. So I can go over there and check on my mama a couple times a day, make sure she's doing good. You know what I'm saying? If anything happens, I'm out here to take care of them. So I'm stuck in the state of Oregon, but I hate the politics out here. I hate the laws out here. It's an absolute fucking clusterfuck. Terry the Impaler, what's up? Never liked Thiel. Personally, if I was elected president, I'd do a couple of things. 1, free Luigi. 2, strip Thiel and Musk's naturalization and seize their wealth. 3, start rolling out wood chippers. Happy or free. Those are 3 top tier choices right there, my guy. Hell yeah. Corey Graff said, I'd love to meet Jelly Roll. I'm only 2 hours away from him. Man, when you meet Jelly Roll, you got to he's a hugger, bro. Go for the hug. Jelly Roll gives the best hugs in the entire world. I swear to God, bro. Butch the Original. We have all been lied to since our forefathers killed off the Native Americans. P.S. It only took 9% of forefathers to defeat the British. And there ain't nothing but facts there, homie. Like, the winner is always going to write history. So what we have as history is more propaganda, in my opinion, than it is actual history. And we have to do the same thing that we do when we're analyzing the media. We have to use discernment and common sense to find what is actually true and real within those things, even though we'll never get the full scope and picture of things unless we were actually there. And even then, that data is tainted by our own personal perspective as we're there. Dominar said, JD, you did what Abe said when you took accountability. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Abraham Lincoln. And look, man, all I did was walk in and I told the judge, my job when I went before that judge was to tell him, I am here to take total accountability, and whatever you give me, I will respect and appreciate as the consequences of my own actions. And that's what it was. Anthony Cavasso! My bro, thank you so much. Anthony said, I don't know where you are in Oregon, but you ought to check out the forest and natural nature of Oregon. Beautiful wildlife. My philosophy, think of nature and cultures of each state, not the politics, because is the man keeping us down. So, Anthony, I love that you said that, because I choose to live not in a town, not in a city, but out away from all the people. And that's where my parents chose to live. That's where I choose to live. And I really love going out. Like, there are so many gorgeous waterfalls. We don't have a beach here. We have a coastline, which is crazy. It's not as inviting, but it's gorgeous in its own dangerous sort of a way. I could go 45 minutes there. I'm in mountains, 45 minutes there. I'm at the coast. There's rivers everywhere. As soon as it gets warm enough, me and Jax will be sending you guys videos of us floating the river. I love floating the Mackenzie River. I wish I still had time to go out there and fly fish like I used to when I got out of prison, but it's not something that I have time to be able to do anymore. But I love the scenery out here. I just don't like the politics, and I don't like how much I get taxed for being here. Oregon has some fucked up taxes. It has some fucked up laws about defending my home if somebody tries to come in here and fuck one of my kids or kill me and my wife. That's when the laws really become relevant to me. But what you said is so on point, and I love you so much, brother. Thank you for that support. It helps out so much. So I love you guys. I'm going to be jumping off. I'm going to be on in an hour and a half. I'm going to be jumping on a live with Dubs and Gunner. If you guys know them, they have great channels. I'm going to be jumping on to talk with them. Both of them made videos about me going into jail. And I hit Gunner up and let him know he had some discrepancies. And he said, would you jump on a live? And I said, absolutely, sure, because I love doing that shit. So if you want to check that out, I'll be doing that at 7 o'clock West Coast time. And thank you guys again for being here. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. And I am so happy to not be separated from you guys. I'm so happy not to be locked up right now. Thank you for riding out with us. Till the next one, one love, each and every one of y'all. Be good or be good at it, baby.